Let's check in on F1 at the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa. Last time we saw the F1 field, they were busy having a shit show at Silverstone and having a breakdown on what the trophies were made out of. This time, what happened this time? I'll tell you what happened this time. Fuck all happened. We got a sprint where Max overtook Oscar and fucked off into the distance and won. Then on Sunday, we got an hour and a half of rain delay with everyone goofing off in the garage. Then we got Oscar overtaking Lando on lap 1 and then also proceeding to fuck off into the distance and win. Lewis Hamilton had himself a weekend. For the sprint, he started 18th and finished 16th. And for the main race, he qualified 16th. Started from pit lane, and somehow dragged that red shitbox up to 7th. Lewis Hamilton doing Lewis Hamilton things, primarily being outperformed by a less decorated driver. Bold prediction, Lewis Hamilton will not win an 8th Drivers' Championship, mostly because he left a fairly competent team to go to a team of clowns dressed in red. Now on to IndyCar, who left the Great White North to visit Laguna Seca and the Java House Grand Prix of Monterey. Going into the race, Pato O'Ward was 99 points behind Alex Palou. To keep this championship anywhere near competitive, Pato would need to win again. Would that happen? No. Alex Palou started on pole with O'Ward beside, and instead of battling into turn 1, O'Ward decided to get outrun by Colton Herta up the hill, who was on hard tires compared to Pato O'Ward's softs.
What the fuck are you doing?
Okay, deep breath. We can still salvage this. On lap 1, Kiffin Simpson and Felix Rosenqvist have a ding-dong sending them both off track, followed by Jacob Abel sending it off on lap 11. Just another day in IndyCar. On lap 25, Rinus VeeKay spins off the track after getting rammed by Kyle Kirkwood. This is good for Pato O'Ward, who had completed his pit stop for fresh tires while Colton Herta and Alex Palou had not yet come in. Yes, here we go, race and championship back on. So what does IndyCar do? They take a page from NASCAR and do the dumbest thing possible, and they don't throw the caution until after Herta and Palou came into pit. Because why should we use the caution flag to allow a car to be pulled from the runoff area in a dangerous spot on the track? I'm not saying there's favoritism in IndyCar, I'm just saying Alex Palou could assassinate Roger Penske, and his only punishment would be starting from the rear. On lap 77, Marcus Ericsson dips it off track and gets hung up coming out of turn 6. Now this is a blind turn going uphill out of a fast corner, so does IndyCar throw the caution? Fuck no. They tell the field, LOL, figure it out, nerds, as cars scream past Ericsson's car and mock Jesus. Only after approximately 2 days and a written invitation from the state of California do they throw the caution. I'm all for trying to keep races green, but maybe, just maybe, we don't play Russian roulette with the drivers. Okay? But seriously, what the hell was that? Not to agree with the Fox team, those beanbags, but when the commentators are saying, oi dickheads, throw the caution, maybe, just maybe, you should learn how to officiate. With 11 to go, Santino Ferrucci loses it at the top of the corkscrew, sticking him into the gravel. IndyCar decided this time they would throw the caution at a reasonable time, like someone with a functioning brain. Well done, you morons. So Alex Palou wins and now sits 121 points ahead of Pato O'Ward. It's over. It's done. Now, technically, it's not over, because according to math, Pato O'Ward could still win. But it's over. Now from California to the heartland, the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. Chase Briscoe does Chase Briscoe things and lands it on pole on the inside of Bubba Wallace. And the green flag flies, and within 2 laps, we are single file with no passing. Not a great sign. On lap 18, Ross Chastain spins, or got spun, I didn't really catch it, spins out, hits the wall, and ends his day. No comment. On lap 55, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. winds up in the wall on the restart, and then on lap 84, Austin Cindric cuts down a tire while leading. Oh boy, so much excitement. Then on lap 90, Eric Jones would cut down a tire and hit the wall. This happens after his pit crew tried to tighten the wheel while the car was sitting on the ground. Not the ideal way to do that. On lap 135, Joey Logano catches the Penske shit stain bug from teammate Cindric and cuts a tire down as well. It's so nice to see the Penske boys showing solidarity with their IndyCar counterparts. and with 6 laps to go, it fucking rains. So we red flag the field, because of course it rained. So Bubba Wallace leads the field back to green, and we make it halfway down the backstretch when Zane Smith and Tyler Reddick crash and hit a couple other cars, after Christopher Bell spins out Zane. Christopher just absolutely misjudged the move and hooked Zane into the wall. Now, obviously he wasn't trying to wreck him, but that's still a bad look by Christopher Bell. How did this guy win 3 in a row earlier this year? So we re-rack them and we try again. And this time Bubba's leading by 3 car lengths by the exit of turn 2 and just drives it off into the sunset and wins. This race hurt my soul. It was just another next-gen parade. The Brickyard used to be considered a crown jewel in the 90s with the Daytona 500, the Southern 500, and the World/Coke 600. But now it's a parade. And I don't want to take anything away from Bubba. Congratulations to him on winning. But when the only chances to pass or gain track position is restarts or pit strategy, to me that's not good racing. That's the style of racing that NASCAR fans often complain about in other series. Now for some awards, because I'm going to ride these jokes into the ground. The This Is Why No One Likes You, You Big Dumb Dipshit award goes to Austin Hill and Xfinity for right rear hooking Eric Almirola. Eric was coming up behind Austin, and Austin gets a bit loose, meaning Eric is able to come up the inside. However, Austin Hill decides to send Eric into the wall. Despite Austin claiming the wreck wasn't intentional, which clearly it was, he was given a 5-lap penalty for reckless driving. What is even more amazing is NASCAR actually did the right thing and suspended Austin for the race at Iowa, meaning he will now lose all his playoff points for the championship. As the great warrior poet Bob Ross said, fuck around and find out. The Please Sir, May We Actually Have a Championship Battle Next Year award goes to Alex Palou. I'm not one to shit on the series for having someone be dominant. In fact, I think we should celebrate greatness. But this is getting a little silly at this point. Not quite Max Verstappen 2023 levels, but we're in the same zip code. The Hey Dipshits Fix the Fucking Car award goes to NASCAR. This weekend reminded me why NASCAR tried the road course at Indy for a couple years. Did that change happen before the next-gen car? Yes, but it's my story, so shut up. Indianapolis is one of the most historic tracks in the world, in God's favorite state. How have you turned a race there into a Monaco-style parade? And that's what it was. Impossible to pass, fuel savings instead of speed, and just a general sense of disappointment. I honestly don't know what NASCAR is doing, as in the sanctioning body itself. People hate the next-gen car? Nothing changes. A vocal majority of fans sound off on the playoffs and how they want a season-long format? No, double down on the playoffs and how the champions are legitimate. I'm stopping here. I'm going to just rant all night. The No Wait, I'm Not Done, I'm going to rant some more award goes to NASCAR. Seriously, what the fuck are we doing? Why does the racing suck at anything that is not Atlanta or an intermediate 1.5-mile track? Why are we okay with this? Do we need to lose all the fans before something happens? What is it going to take for the executives to admit something is wrong?
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
I'll tell you what it's going to take. It's going to take someone giving the France family a lot of money and telling them to fuck off forever. Because at this point, we're going to just keep doubling down on the sunk cost fallacy of the car and the format. And I promise I like this sport, but Jesus Christ, this is getting annoying. The I didn't think anyone could do it worse than NASCAR, but you somehow managed to do it award goes to IndyCar for turning Laguna Seca into the Thunderdome. Well done, you psychopaths. So to review, F1 in the rain makes soccer look fun, IndyCar makes safety decisions like Jim Jones, Pato Award was our only hope, but he threw it away, and NASCAR is slowly eroding its legitimacy, appeal, and the fabric of America because the France family can't be bought. Thank you, and remember, it'll only get worse.